My family skipped my wedding for a vacation, then demanded I pay for their dream house. They never expected the prenup twist. Let me take you all the way back because this story didn't start on my wedding day. It started long before that. Back in the dusty, sun-baked streets of Fresno, California, where Elle grew up as the classic middle child in a family that always seemed to be one crisis away from falling apart. My name is Emily Grace Harper, now Emily Harper Keller, but back then, just Emily Harper, the kid who learned early how to be invisible when things got loud and indispensable when things got hard. Dad Mike was a mechanic who owned a small auto shop off Blackstone Avenue. He was a good man, honest to a fault, but the recession in the late 2000s hit him like a freight train. Customers stopped coming, bills piled up, and suddenly the man who could fix any engine couldn't fix his own life. He started drinking more, coming home late, picking fights over nothing. Mom, Teresa, worked as a medical receptionist at a clinic downtown. She kept the house running on sheer willpower, caffeine, and a smile that never quite reached her eyes. Derek came first, the firstborn son, the pride and joy. Tall, athletic, charming, he could do no wrong. Football star, class president, the kid teachers bragged about in parent-teacher conferences. Lauren arrived 3 years later, the baby girl with ringlet curls and a pout that could melt ice. She was spoiled from day one. New clothes, dance lessons, whatever she batted her eyelashes for. Then there was me, squeezed in the middle, born 2 years after Derek and 3 before Lauren. I wasn't the star athlete. I wasn't the adorable baby. I was the quiet one who got straight A's, who helped Mom fold laundry without being asked, who sat with Dad in the garage on Saturday mornings, handing him tools while he worked on customers' cars for cash under the table. Elle learned early that love in our house was conditional. Derek got praise for existing. Lauren got indulgence for crying. I got attention when I was useful. When Elle babysat, so Mom could work overtime, when I cooked dinner because Dad was at the bar, when I forged Mom's signature on permission slips because she was too exhausted to remember. But Elle loved them. God, all loved them so fiercely it hurt. High school was more of the same. Derek got a full ride to UCLA on a football scholarship. We all sacrificed for that, Mom picking up extra shifts, me giving up my after-school job money to help with his recruiting trips. Lauren got braces, voice lessons, a used Camry for her 16th birthday. I worked 2 part-time jobs to pay for community college, then transferred to Fresno State, commuting an hour each way to save money. I was the one who stayed. When Dad's shop finally closed in 2011, I was the one who moved back home for a year to help them avoid foreclosure. I paid the mortgage with my entry-level marketing salary while Derek was busy starting his perfect life in Orange County with Jessica, a sorority girl he met junior year, and Lauren was finding herself in Phoenix after her second college dropout. I never resented it. Not really. That's what family does, right? You show up. I showed up for everything. Derek and Jessica's wedding in 2014, I was a bridesmaid, helped plan the entire thing on a budget, designed their save the dates for free. Lauren's first and only art show in 2016, I drove 8 hours to Scottsdale to hang her pieces and serve wine to pretentious buyers. Mom's 50th birthday organized the surprise party, booked the venue, made the slideshow of old photos that had everyone crying. I showed up, always. Then I met Alex. It was 2017 at a tech conference in San Francisco. I'd finally landed a decent job at a startup in Oakland, marketing coordinator for a sustainability app. The conference was a perk. My boss sent me to network. I was in a session on user engagement, when I noticed the guy next to me typing furiously on his laptop. He had kind eyes, messy brown hair, and a quiet intensity that stood out in a room full of loud venture capitalists. During the coffee break, I made some sarcastic comment about the speaker's buzzword bingo. He laughed, this deep, genuine laugh, and we ended up talking for the rest of the break. His name was Alex Keller. He'd founded a small owl company focused on precision agriculture using machine learning to help farmers optimize water and fertilizer use. He was from Seattle, soft-spoken, brilliant in a way that didn't need to announce itself. We exchanged numbers, texted for weeks. He flew down to Oakland the next month. I flew up to Seattle the month after that. For the first time in my life, I felt seen. Not for what I could do, not for how useful Elle was, just me. Alex met my family at Christmas 2018. We drove down to Fresno. I warned him they could be overwhelming. Derek and Jessica brought their 2 kids, a third on the way. Lauren and her then boyfriend Matt flew in from Arizona. Everyone was on their best behavior, mostly. Derek grilled Alex about his startup like it was an interrogation. So, when are you selling? Gotta cash out before the bubble bursts, man. Lauren kept making comments about how cute it was that I'd found someone so serious. Mom cried about how happy she was, then spent the rest of the visit complaining about Dad's blood pressure. But Alex took it in stride. Later, in the car on the way home, he said, "They're a lot, but they love you. I can tell." I didn't correct him. We got engaged in April 2020, right as the world was shutting down for the pandemic. Alex proposed on a hike in Point Reyes, wildflowers everywhere, fog rolling in off the ocean, just the 2 of us, and a picnic he'd packed himself. It was perfect. Simple. Real. We set the date for October 12th, 2022. Postponed once because of COVID surges, but by 2022, things felt safe again. We chose Napa because it was halfway between Oakland and Fresno, and because Alex's company had started working with vineyards on drought-resistant tech. It felt meaningful. Elle poured my heart into planning. Designed the invitations myself, thick cream cardstock, gold foil lettering, a custom watercolor map of the venue. I pressed wildflowers from test hikes and tucked one into every envelope. I spent months tasting cakes, choosing linens, curating a playlist that mixed our favorites with songs from my parents' era. I called my mom every week for updates. Have you booked flights yet? Did Derek RSVP? Is Lauren's dress altered? Always the same vague answers. We're working on it. It's so expensive. The kids have school warning bells went off, but Elle ignored them. I wanted to believe. Then came the cruise. Derek mentioned it casually on a family group chat in June 2022. Hey everyone, just found an insane deal on a Disney Cruise Falls right over fall break. Kids are stoked. The dates, October 8th to 15th. My wedding was October 12th. I stared at my phone in disbelief. I called Derek immediately. Hey Em, he answered, kids screaming in the background. What's up? The cruise. Derek, my wedding is the 12th. A pause. Oh, shit. Yeah, I knew it was around then, but the deposit's due tomorrow, and it's literally half price. The kids have never been on a cruise. You're seriously considering missing my wedding for a vacation? It's not just a vacation, Em. It's a family memory. And honestly, weddings are one day. We'll see you all the time after. Elle was speechless. Jessica got on the phone next. Emily, we feel terrible. Really. But the deposit's non-refundable and with 3 kids. You understand? No, I didn't understand. Lauren's excuse came a week later. She'd posted on Instagram about a brand trip to Cabo with Matt sponsored by a swimwear line. Dates? October 10th to 14th. I messaged her privately. Lauren, my wedding? Her response. OMG, I totally forgot the dates overlapped. The brand already booked everything, and it's a huge opportunity, but we'll be there in spirit. I'll send the best gift. Mom called me crying a few days later. Sweetie, I hate this. I really do. But your dad and I were thinking maybe we'd go on the cruise with Derek's family. The grandkids, you know? It's been so hard with COVID, and this might be our last chance to do something big like this all together. Mom, I said, voice breaking, it's my wedding. I know, honey, I know. But you're so strong. You'll be fine. And Alex's family will be there, right? Elle hung up and threw my phone across the room. Alex found me on the floor of our bedroom, sobbing. He didn't say anything at first, just held me. Then, we can change the date. No, I whispered. This is our date. This is our place. I'm not changing my life around their selfishness. So we didn't. The RSVPs came in, Alex's parents, yes, his sister and brother-in-law, yes, his grandparents flying from Minnesota, yes. My cousins from Mom's side, a few yeses. My side of the family? Mom, we're so sorry, but we're going with Derek. Dad, same Derek and Jessica plus kids. No, Lauren and Matt. No, not a single blood relative from my side. I walked myself down the aisle. The ceremony was still beautiful. The vineyards glowed in the October light. My best friend Sarah stood as maid of honor. Alex's sister did a reading. His dad played guitar during the processional. But there was an empty row where my family should have been. During the reception, my phone buzzed. A text from Mom. A photo of them on the cruise ship deck, drinks in hand. Sunset behind them. Thinking of you today. Wish we could be there. Love you. Another from Lauren, an Instagram story of her in a bikini on a Cabo beach, time-stamped during my first dance. Derek posted a family photo at the Cruise Kids Club. Making memories. Blessed Elle turned my phone off. We danced, we laughed, we celebrated with the people who chose us. But something inside me hardened that day, permanently. Alex's company took off in 2023. Major funding round, partnerships with big ag corporations. By 2024, they were in talks for acquisition. In early 2025, it happened, they went public. Overnight, our net worth went from comfortable to 9 figures. The media attention was insane. Forbes.CNBC local news back in Fresno did a hometown girl makes good segment. That's when my family remembered Elle existed. It started slowly. A Facebook message from Lauren. Sis! Saw the article, so proud. We need to catch up. Derek called. Hey, Em, congrats. That's huge. We should bring the kids up for a weekend soon. Mom sent flowers, actual flowers, with a card. So proud of my brilliant daughter. I was wary, but part of me, the part that grew up craving their approval, softened. We met for dinner in San Francisco in March 2025. Everyone was perfect. Apologies flowed like wine. We were so selfish about the wedding, Derek said, eyes actually misty. We've regretted it every day. Lauren cried. Real tears this time? I was so caught up in my own stuff. I didn't realize how much Elle hurt you. I'm so sorry. Mom held my hand across the table. You've always been the best of us, Emily, the strongest. We don't deserve you. Wanted to believe them. Alex squeezed my knee under the table, a reminder to stay grounded. The real motive surfaced gradually. First, it was Lauren and Matt. They'd outgrown their Scottsdale house, found a stunning modern farmhouse on 2 acres, perfect for content creation, guest house for visiting family, pool, outdoor kitchen. But the market's crazy, Matt explained over coffee in May. We'd need help with the down payment to make it work. How much help? $400,000. Then Derek and Jessica, They'd been looking forever and found their forever home in Newport Coast, ocean views, 6 bedrooms, wine cellar, infinity pool overlooking the Pacific. The kids would have so much space, Jessica gushed in June. And it's close enough for holidays. How much? $600,000 down? Mom and Dad chimed in too. Their Fresno house needed major updates to sell, and they wanted to move closer to Derek. Could we help with a bridge loan? It was always framed as family. As an investment, you'd get it all back. For the grandkids. For memories? Elle listened, nodded, said I'd talk to Alex. Inside, I was reeling. Alex never wavered. They didn't show up for you when you needed them. You don't owe them this, but I needed to handle it my way. You see, there was something they didn't know, something I'd never told anyone, not even Alex at first. When we signed our prenup in 2020, Alex's family lawyer had pushed for a standard one, protect his assets, etc. I had no issue. I brought my own retirement savings, my own career trajectory. But during one of the meetings, something snapped in me. All those years of giving, of showing up, of being the reliable one, asked for one addition, one very specific clause, drafted carefully, legally airtight. It stated that any gift, loan, or financial support over $50,000 to my immediate family members, defined by name, required both spouses' consent and my personal approval based on a good faith determination of ongoing familial relationship health. But the key part, the part no one knew about, was the subsection I'd had added quietly. It listed specific examples of behavior that would constitute a material breach of familial duty, including, but not limited to, failure to attend major life events without reasonable cause, documented patterns of emotional neglect, or attempts to exploit financial success after periods of absence. And it gave me, solely me, veto power over any such financial support from our joint assets. Forever, Alex had signed it without hesitation. He trusted me. I'd kept every piece of evidence, not out of pettiness. At first, it was self-protection, a reminder on dark days why I'd walked alone. But as the requests mounted, it became something else, a boundary, a consequence. I scheduled the family meeting for August 2025, invited everyone to our home in the Oakland Hills, a modern house with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the bay, the kind of place my family had only seen in magazines. They arrived excited. Mom brought her famous lemon bars. Derek and Jessica brought the kids now, 12, 10, and 7, all dressed impeccably. Lauren and Matt brought a bottle of wine from a sponsored vineyard. They toured the house with wide eyes. This view, the kitchen. Imagine Thanksgiving here. We ate brunch on the patio, avocado toast, fresh fruit, mimosas. They talked about their dream homes, how perfect it would be to all be closer, how the kids could grow up together, how this was our chance to heal as a family. Elle let them talk. Then when dessert was served, I stood. There's something I need to show you. I dimmed the lights, connected my laptop to the 85-inch TV, and began. Slide 1, my wedding invitation. Slide 2, the empty row at the ceremony. Slide 3, Mom's text time-stamped during my reception with the cruise photo. Slide 4, Lauren's Cabo Instagram stories from my wedding day. Slide 5, Derek's cruise posts during my first dance. Slide 6, a timeline. Every excuse, every absence, every social media post contradicting their regrets. I narrated calmly. No yelling, no tears. Just facts. They squirmed. Derek tried to interrupt. We've apologized. I held up a hand. There's more. Next document, our prenup. Highlighted the clause. Their names listed explicitly. The definitions, the veto power, silence, then chaos. Lauren, this is insane. You can't punish us forever for one mistake? Derek, you planned this? You've been waiting to screw us over? Mom, crying. How could you do this to your own family? Dad, silent, staring at his plate. I waited until they quieted. I'm not punishing you, I said quietly. I'm protecting myself. The way I always have, only this time I'm doing it with boundaries instead of credit cards and plane tickets. Elle laid out the options. Option 1, no financial help, we maintain polite distance. Option 2, limited support college funds directly to the kids at 18, small holiday gifts, emergency assistance only with strict documentation. Option 3, if anyone wanted a loan, it would be at market interest rates secured against their current assets with personal guarantees and a 5-year repayment plan. No gifts, no family investments, no dream houses funded by my husband's success. Lauren stormed out first, Matt trailing. Derek called me ungrateful. Mom begged. Dad finally spoke. We didn't realize how much we hurt you. Elle looked at him. Really looked? Maybe not, I said. But you knew enough to post about making memories while I made mine alone. Some bridges burned that day, others smoldered. Lauren sent a genuine apology letter 3 months later. No mention of money. We've had cautious coffee dates since. She's trying. Slowly. Derek and I haven't spoken. His kids send me birthday cards. I save for their futures anyway. Mom and Dad visit twice a year. They're careful now, respectful. We're civil. Alex and I welcomed our daughter, Willow Grace Keller, in April 2026. We had a small sip and see when she was a month old. Alex's parents flew in. Sarah and her husband, my chosen family. Everyone who matters showed up, with full hearts, no excuses. Some families are the one you're born into. Some are the one you build. This is the story of how I finally chose the second, and how peace finally feels like home.